Well, hello there. Welcome back to my channel. This feels so weird. Hi y'all. How y'all doing? How y'all been? Y'all been okay? So as you see in the title, I am going to do a chit chat, get ready with me, but I'm going to play in like some jewels. I kind of really want to get glammed up. I'm sure you're interested. I can't wait to come talk to you. Come chill with me. Do your makeup yourself. Have me playing on the TV because y'all know we talk. So let's come talk. Y'all, what's been going on? Your girl have not come to talk to y'all in months. This is typical Nene fashion where like I pick up YouTube, I put it down, I pick up YouTube, I put it down. When you were like kind of inconsistent with something, it simply just becomes that inconsistent. Because of the seasons I've been in, I haven't been able to like have the words to kind of talk and express how I'm feeling, what I'm going through. And also God has really been putting me in a space where like I'm silent in some of the things that I'm going through. You know, because I just kind of need that introspection. So because of that, I haven't been on YouTube to share all of the things that I've been going through because, you know, it's like some things, you know, not meant to be talked about in certain seasons that I'm in, and I'm just learning to just kind of be quiet and just kind of deal with things instead of like talking about them so much. But you know, when it's time for me to kind of come talk and be open and comfortable with sharing where I'm at, that's when I come do that. So that's where we are now, right? I know y'all want to know what's going on with Nene, but can we kind of do the obvious right quick, right? You're going to hear me kind of like breathing. You're going to hear me kind of like clearing my throat. I've been suffering with my asthma for quite some time, and it's just kind of gotten progressively worse, and I hate it because like you know, the doctors just continue to do the same things. You know, they'll give you the prednisone, they'll change your inhalers, they'll give you a treatment, and that's just it. And anybody who has asthma, you know, this is a lifelong chronic issue. Your sensitivities to so many things, I mean, you have so many sensitivities to things. So my asthma has been like an issue for me, like truly an issue for me. If you just kind of hear me like that type of thing, I'm trying to breathe. I'm really about to be dipping and dabbing to see what works, see what I like, okay? So just kind of follow along, girl. This ain't no damn tutorial. This is just me here, okay? We're here with it. We're doing it, so let's do it. So first things first, y'all, your girl is single, okay? Like, your girl is still single, should I say. It's been 3 years, y'all, since I've been single. And as I've talked to you guys before, this is so new to me because I've never been single this long. And I'm an adult, you know, like in my younger, you know, when I was young, I was always just in and out of relationships. When one ended, I was in the next 2-3 months later, you know. But I think that's just typical young behavior, right? As I got older, and as you get older, you start to define and realize like, what do you want? And sometimes certain patterns and behaviors are repeated, you know, because you just jumping in and out of relationships. So when my last relationship ended, I just kind of made a vow to myself, like, look, we not jumping into no more relationships. You're gonna take this time, you're gonna be by yourself, you're gonna heal, you're gonna explore yourself, and you're gonna be by yourself. Like, you gotta see what that feels like because you're getting older, right? And a lot of times some of the things that we go through is because we don't even allow ourselves to learn from other things and explore because we're so connected to other people. I just realized that. So y'all, it's been 3 years that your girl been single. Let me tell you something. Please don't misunderstand me when I say this. The single life definitely gets lonely. Like, my God, I wouldn't lie to you. The single life gets lonely. Lonely as heck. But I just find joy knowing that I can go to bed at night and I ain't got to worry about if this nigga is lying to me. Did he manipulate me? Did I overlook something? Where's this relationship gonna go? Like, my God, it is so much peace in knowing that I ain't really got to deal with this. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so much peace in that. So the single life for these last 3 years, you know, it's been like quite lonesome because I desire companionship. I really, really do. But when I look at just kind of the perks that come with being single, I'm like, okay, I could do this. You know, I'm like, it's not that bad, and it's also needed. I'm gonna tell you though, I think one of the things that's keeping me single It's the fear. I'm gonna be completely honest. It's the fear. You know, like after you go through one breakup or multiple heartbreaks and breakup, you like, I don't want it ever again. So because you become, because you get like this, you kind of like become hyper vigilant. You know what I'm saying? So everything is a red flag. Everything just seems untrusting, and you're just not willing to take the risk. That's why I've been single. Like, I just be like, that looks bad, don't want it. Oh, he said this, don't want it. Oh, this ain't, don't want it. I'm not lying to you. Like, that's why I've been single, because I'm just kind of over the risk taking. Nothing seems trusting enough, you know, to even decide to put myself there. And this is just for me. I wonder if any of you guys relate. Like, let me know if you relate. You know, the breakup is not really the worst part. Not the breakup, I'm sorry. The heartbreak is not really the worst part. You know, it's not really the worst part. I would like to say, in my experience, for me, the worst part is rebuilding the trust in myself. Hence the reason why I'm so hyper vigilant. It's like, can I trust myself to not overlook certain things? Can I trust myself to finally listen and pay attention to my gut? And, you know, can I trust myself to be able to balance? Like, it really is the trust that I have in myself. And that's what happens with heartbreaks. You know, like, once you kind of, you know, go through a heartbreak and you sit back and you reflect, you kind of just look at, I just know for me, I take inventory of like, okay, what did you do? What did you miss? You know, what was your trauma showing up? You know, what behaviors was you doing? You know, I just kind of just take inventory of those things. And I know for me, it was just like, I missed so much. You know what I'm saying? I missed so much, and it was just because I was just desiring so much to be loved and to be accepted, and, you know, my worth was just so low. Like, I missed so much. So it just opened my eyes to so many things, and it's those things that you like, okay, you got to work on them. Because if you don't, girl, you forever gonna be like a target. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't get this under control, if you don't learn how to become self-aware on these things, if you don't work through whatever this issue is, like, you're forever going to be a victim to manipulations, to not trusting your intuition, you know, to just being played, to settling for less. You know, like, your worth is never gonna go anywhere. When you do the work, right? When you do the work, it's different doing the work on your own. But the work is typically put to test when you get to that relationship, right? I like to tell people, you know, we can be single and say like what I'm not going to do in my next relationship, what I'm not going to tolerate, how I'm going to behave. But the only way to really test that theory is to get in a relationship. Truthfully, that's the only way to really see how you're going to react and how you're going to respond, right? So I'm just in this stage where I see all of the growth that I've been doing, right? And I just kind of see how the men that I'm no longer attracted to, the behaviors, you know, like, guys can't even holler at me the same. Like, it just don't work, you know, like, I see that I've changed in so many things. But even when I give a person the time of day, I see where my triggers come up. I see where, you know, I'm just like, oh no. I see where my fight, flight, or freeze be like, girl, run. Like, I see that. So I am literally working through that. I'm literally in a phase right now where I'm really just kind of working through that. You know, I'm really trying to work through trusting myself again, and also believing in the fact that I do, or no, well, let me say this, believing in the fact that the love that I require, the love that I want, the love that I want to receive and give is possible. Anybody else relate to this? I'm not a fan of romance movies. I do not like romance movies. I don't watch them because I feel like the love that they display or portray in romance movies is so unrealistic. It doesn't necessarily always go that way. So watching romance movies, it just kind of makes you yearn for this particular love that, to me, it's like, I've never experienced that before. So is that even real? And I don't like yearning on something that I've never really had in the way that they display it. So I don't like watching romance movies. But what I will say is that I love hearing this outlook is not coming together as I want, but don't worry, y'all, it's gonna come together. Y'all know me. It come on real sloppy at first, and they be like, girl, what in the hell? And I'm noticing with this thing, it comes on light, but then it mixes dark. Like, what is happening? What is that about? It comes on light, but it mixes really dark. Why is that? I don't know what that's about. But I am a firm believer when I hear people kind of talking about, you know, the healthy love that they do receive. So in movies, I don't believe it, like the romances. But if I'm ever just kind of watching a couple or just listening to somebody talk about how someone is able to love them and they really receive it, I do believe in that. I guess it's different. Anybody else like that? So I'm mentioning these things because, like, you know, it's been a process of like me just kind of really like trusting in the fact that the love that I want, the relationship that I want, it will come in due time. And I am still being worked on. You know, my worth is still being worked on. I'm not gonna hold y'all. Like, I still go to therapy. Well, first of all, I'm not stopping therapy. Like, I still go to therapy because I just kind of in this time of just being single, y'all, I just see how, like, I got issues, you know what I'm saying? We all do. And we just kind of go through life with these issues, but not really aware of how these issues is showing up in our day-to-day, how these issues are showing up in our relationships. And I'm just in a space in my life where, like, I want to be able to focus on healing this side of me so that I don't bleed on me and I don't bleed on others, right? I'm really in a space of just kind of cultivating, you know, what does the happy, healthy version of Nathesha looks like? I don't think no one would ever be completely free of their traumas. That's just, I don't think that's ideal, right? Like, I don't think that, not ideal, but I don't think that no one would ever be completely free of their traumas. But I do believe that your traumas, you can get to a space where it no longer defines you and no longer controls you. And I think that's where I am in my life, of really just trying to get to a space where my trauma just doesn't impact me in my relationships. It doesn't impact me and how I value myself. I'm trying to create like a cut crease so I could put some jewels on, but I don't really know how to do it. That's a mess. This is like a pressed pigment, I guess. I want to see if I could put this pressed pigment on top of this glitter. Oh no, this is a mess. Girl, I can't tell you what I'm doing, but we just gonna go with the flow. Like, I don't know. But anywho, yeah, so I'm just working in a space where, like, let me just heal me before I even want to receive any type of love or, you know, any type of that. Let me just work on just kind of giving it to myself first. And that's what this has looked like, really building my own self-worth, y'all, because I just realized my last, you know, heartbreak just kind of showed me, like, my self-worth was low. It really was. I'm not gonna even lie to you. My self-worth was low, and it's embarrassing, but it was something that I needed to see. And because of that, I'm just like, girl, you sitting out here craving, you know, love and affection and to be, you know, appreciated and for somebody to see your value, but truly you don't even see your value. And that really set me down. Like, it really did sit me down. And I encourage now, even in my work with women who kind of has the same experiences or just suffer in the category of love and relationships and stuff, like, I really just be trying to work with them on their value. Like, no, let's talk about how you really feel about yourself. Let's talk about what you really believe about yourself. Let's talk about how you really treat yourself. Like, you accept and receive these behaviors because there's something that, you know, you feel like you are unworthy of. You know, you feel like you deserve this type of treatment in some way. So, y'all, truly, I've just been spending the time on, like, let's focus on you before you can focus on anybody. And like I said, it's been quite difficult. I would not lie to you. It has been so difficult of just kind of like being in this space, but the rewards don't the difficulty don't outweigh the rewards. Like, I've grown so much. I have grown so much, and I'm like so proud of my growth. So it's like this process that I've been going through, you know, has been worth it. And you know, I like to believe like I'm just one of those persons that will do the hard thing, do the thing that nobody wants to do, so I can come back and just kind of tell you what the experience is like, and then be that example to say you can do it too. Like, that literally is like what my life looks like. I try to do the hard thing, you know. So if it means I gotta be single, if it means I gotta go inward, I'll go through the process, and then I'll come back and I'll just tell you what the process was like. And honestly, sometimes it's those stories, you know, that people have for you with what they've been through that really is impactful, and it sparks the change in someone else. So I'm all here for that. Like, if my testimony, if my process gotta be the one, you know, that's just hard, and if I gotta do what people don't want to do just to see like how does this all come out in the end, and then it's favorable too, girl, don't worry, I got you. Don't worry, I do it. That's just kind of how I look at it. So this is a mess. I would just tell the girlies that the ones that's really struggling in relationships right now, if really struggling, you know, with just being used, you know, being manipulated, settling for less, that type of stuff, like, I would just encourage you gotta pull back from those relationships, because a lot of times the things that we are attract is because we're at a level to attract them, you know. And a lot of that has everything to do with where we are, you know. I hope that makes sense. Like, sometimes we are attracting these things because we are emitting these things, we are operating in that space, and it takes time to just kind of sit and pay attention, you know. Like, we're not perfect, you know. Like, we may have great qualities and we feel like we may be good to people and whatever it is, but there's things in us that's attracting, you know, these people and these behaviors, and there's things in us that's tolerating these things as well. And you know, the real work is when we actually just kind of sit back and take some accountability on it, and sit back and say, you know what, let me just kind of work on me. And that really is just what it is. I do not believe that we are meant to be alone. I do not believe that whatsoever. So I know that we all desire companionship, you know. I know that we all desire love and partnership. I know that most of us do, you know, and it's my prayer that we all get to experience that. But I know that sometimes the desire that we have comes with a cost, and I just kind of feel like if that is costing you a little too much, we got to kind of take a break from it, you know. And my desire for love and acceptance, and just for somebody to really find me worthy, like, let me see what that feels like. I've been kind of picked around and passed over my entire life, so I'm desiring a partner that actually just picks me, right, that sees something in me. But I just had to realize, like, boo, you got to see it in you first, you know. Like, you got to see it in you, and I promise when you see it in you, people will then start to see it. But you can't just go around like, hey, can you make me feel like I'm worthy, please? Can you treat me this way? Can you act like this? Can you love me like this? It don't work that way, y'all. Like, it just don't. Trust me, I could go on a whole tangent about this, and if y'all want to talk more about this subject, let me know in the comments, and we can get deeper. Like, we can really talk about this, but for the sake of this video, I do want to move forward to, you know, another topic. Side note, this look is coming out horribly, but guess what? I'm not taking my time. I'm not, you know, really being calculated with this. I'm just kind of rushing through it, because that's just what I'm doing. So the results that I'm getting is truly on me. I'm not gonna hold you. Like, the results that I'm getting on this look, I'm responsible for. I ain't mad at it. But one thing about it, I'm gonna see it through. Like, one thing about it, I gotta see it through. I'm just like, it's gonna work out. Like, let itself work. Let it work itself out. Like, just let it. Just what they say. Let me cook. Let me cook, please, okay? Because I'm sure at some point I'm gonna be like, oh, it's kind of cute. I know what I could have did different. But right now, let me cook. Let me live in my delusion that this is coming out good. But let's be honest, would y'all wear this look like this? It's kind of not bad. Like, I know somebody's like, actually, Nene is kind of eating. I know it is. I'm trying to, I'm in that sticky space where it's like, be humble, but then it's also like, girl, be for fucking real. I'm in that sticky place. I'm in that sticky place. But like, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna pause it, like, cause this little gym right here is big as hell, and then this gym right here is just not even. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna take a break. We're gonna take a break on the eyes. No cap though, I have full confidence that I'll be able to turn this look around. I kind of feel like once my base get on, once I let my hair down, I just kind of have full confidence that we'll be able to turn this look around. So just stay in that with me, okay? Stay in the confidence with me that Nene got it. She gonna work it out. Let's talk about career. You know, let's just talk about where I am in my career, because y'all know that it's something that means a lot to me. I am a career-oriented woman. I've been working toward my career for years. So let's kind of talk on that. So for those who do not know, and just to repeat, I am a licensed clinical social worker in the state of Maryland. In my clinical social work, as a clinical social worker, I'm a mental health therapist. So I assess and diagnose and treat people with mental health issues, okay? So I do that. That is my line of work. Guys, good news. Your girl just opened her own private practice. Okay, that's the first time I've actually like said that to people online. Y'all know when news happen, I kind of try to come give it to YouTube first, right? But I just opened my own private practice. So my private practice is called Heard and Healed Therapeutic Services, where I offer mental health services to women, children, and families, okay? That is my target audience and mark. Specifically, when I say families, the relationships between mothers and daughters. I am very passionate about helping mothers and daughters build a close relationship. And as a therapist, when I work with little girls in treatment, a lot of them display, you know, just mother wounds, issues with their mother, and vice versa. Whenever I work with children, I always take on the family, right? Because I feel like you can't help me treat this child in the environment is not being treated. So whenever I take on children, I treat the family unit, the most active parent. Most of the times when children are in therapy, it's their mother that's pushing them in therapy. When I talk to parents, you hear a lot of like, well, my daughter has this issue and her attitude is like this, and you know, like I don't tell her this, and I don't like the way she responds to this. And then, you know, you hear the children when they like, my mom is just childish, or I don't feel like they love me, or like I'm not the favorite, or I can't tell her anything because I don't trust her. Like, you hear this a lot, okay, in my line of work, and I'm just really passionate about building the esteem of women. So whether it's a little girl or an adult, I'm very passionate about that. But when I look at the esteem of little girls, the only example that they have is from the woman that's in their life. And a lot of times, especially in black families, that mother-daughter relationship is so strained, man. And it's a lot of factors in the middle of that. Like, it's so many factors that can go into why mothers and daughters have strained relationships. But what I've known is that parents are not aware of how their own parental responses and how their own stuff mixes in with the relationship that they share with their daughter. And children, little girls, are not aware of even how their own development and their own character, personality traits, influences show up in how they honor, respect, and connect with their mom. So I'm just really passionate about helping to mend the mother-daughter relationships in black families. So that's my target audience. I work with women, specifically women dealing with self-esteem, self-worth, self-confidence issues, whether it's due to childhood trauma, abandonment, failed relationships, being the strong friend, right? Just issues. Like, I really help women work and explore their own self-worth and self-esteem. And then with children, I help build their identity too. I help children kind of find their voice. Like, a lot of times with children, we think our kids just bad or they just rude and disrespectful, but it's like, no, they're not being understood in their language. And as adults, it's hard for us to go back to what it was like being their age, you know, what it was like being a child. So I am very skilled in getting down to a child's level and helping them learn how to foster that communication so that they don't react. Children is just all reactive. That's it with them, right? But they don't even understand some of the things that they're dealing with, and truthfully, they don't even have a way to let it out. So I am literally like that safe haven for children, where they meet an adult that's like, wow, I can actually be myself, and this adult understands what my world looks like, but then helps me to make all of this stuff in my world make sense. So that's just my niche, right? So I just opened up my own practice. Right now I'm 100% virtual, but my goal is to have my own office. Let me just kind of stop right quick, because I'm actually walking into like a dream, I guess. And it's like, to be honest, I would have never seen myself doing this. I had always knew that there was favor over my life, and I always knew that I was going to be something where I influence people, where I help people, where I just use my gifts and my talents, right, to really make change. I always knew that, but I never knew that it would be in the form of being an entrepreneur, in the form of having my own agency and practice. Like, I never knew that. So the fact that it's unfolding this way is just kind of like blowing my mind. And I know I already know my audience. I know y'all listening to me like, wow, Nene, like, this is big. Like, girl, we seen it in you. Like, girl, we knew it was gonna be something. Like, no, y'all, it's big. This dream and this vision is like bigger than me. My God. This dream, this vision is bigger than me. Like, it is bigger than me. And my goal is just to really like align myself in this space where I can really see this come into fruition, you know? Like, I can't do it by myself, but I've always said that I just want to come back and I want to help my community, because our families in these low-income communities in the Black culture, they're really suffering, man, and they have no one that could speak their language and help them tie all of this shit together. And I just kind of want to bring forth an agency, a brand, a service that helps services my community in forms of just healing trauma and building families, you know, specifically in Black families, because it's the trauma that really tears our families apart. You know, you have families that's parents dealing with substance use and abuse, you know, parents dealing with rape and molestation, you know, like homelessness. Like, you just got so many things that's impacting our families, specifically Black people. And it's like, we can't thrive because no one is relating and speaking the language and making any of this make sense. And it's like, with Her to Heal Therapeutic Services, like, I want to create the agency full of people that get it, you know, but that have true passion with working with this particular population. You know, what I'm learning in mental health is that people really profit off of this field. Mental health is like a money maker, and when they get your hands on people who are suffering mentally, they will milk you and your insurance dry. But it's no real healing that come from it, you know. Like, people be stuck in the loop, you know, of just suffering. you know, really be just no change. Life is not progressive for them. But you know, you don't really have any services out there that really want to stabilize people. You know, this system just wants to continue to keep people down. And I know that, you know, my idea and just kind of my philosophy goes against the norm. I understand that. But one thing I do understand is that I serve a good God, okay? And what God wants, God will put people in place, my God. He will put people in place to be able to deliver what he wants, to be able to, he'll put things in place. If God wants it, it's going to happen. So when I say what I'm doing is bigger than me, oh girl, it's bigger than me. I have a mission and a purpose while I'm here. And Natisha, oh, my juice is falling down, y'all. Natisha just gonna serve that mission and purpose, you know, while I'm here. I'm definitely gonna do that. But I do know at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, God will get the glory, because this is truly a business that I'm allowing God to help me unfold and unmake. To God be the glory nonetheless. Like, I'm excited. Very excited. I think if anything, my nerves is there, because it's like I have so many ideas, and that Aries in me just kind of want to be like do, and it's like, no baby. No baby, focus on this, focus on that. So just really kind of like slowing myself down and structuring, you know, where I'm going with this and how I'm doing it. That is the most important. This makeup look will come out. One thing about it, because, you know, when you're pretty, you can do anything. Truly. When you're pretty, your makeup, you can do anything you want with your makeup. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you're pretty. You just look good. So it's like, you don't really got no room to critique me, because I'm pretty. All the pretty girls should feel like that. Okay? All the pretty girls should feel like that. I'm a gorgeous girl. So it's like, you can't really say I look ugly. I look good. It's a little sloppy. You probably would do it better, but I look good. Yeah, y'all, that's like excellent news. That's excellent news. You know, that'll be something that I come talk more about too at some point. Again, you remember I told y'all I'm very kind of like cognizant of just how much I share, what I share, when I share, how I share it, that type of thing. I recognize my lights. I recognize my lights. I recognize my aura. I recognize that, you know, God lives within me. I recognize that we don't, I'm going to get churchy on you, but we don't battle with flesh and blood. You know, the Bible says that we battle against spirits and principalities, right? So it's like, I recognize who I am, and I recognize how people feel around me. I recognize the aura. I recognize my aura. I recognize, you know, just who I am and what I have. So because I am aware of that, I know how there are people against you that want to stop you, right? That wants to see through all of that and overcome that. So I am very like masterful in what I share. I really am. And you have to be that way. Like when you understand who you are, and I know I'm a chosen girl, I just kind of, my discernment really is just like, hey, I'm going to tell you something. Holy Spirit really be like, mm-mm. And I be like, damn, I really want to say, mm-mm. Or like, let me talk about this right now. Mm-mm. Girl, let me tell you, I'm not feeling the light face. Like, I'm really not. I'm trying to see how I can kind of like contour and warm me up a little bit, because this lightness on my under eye, it just makes me feel bright. It kind of just takes away my color some. And I don't really like that. Like, I love looking chocolate. I love looking, you know, like my skin tone. Ooh, my God, this under eye is bright. Also, I like to put my highlight in the area where my blush go. So the top of my cheekbones, that's where I like to put my highlight. So let's recap. I've been single for 3 years. That's been going well. I've really just been working on myself. What else I told y'all? I'm opening up my own private practice. Well, I just opened my own private practice. I just been kind of focusing on me. I'm in a Bible class right now. I'm learning how to study the Bible or whatever. So that's been really good. I'm trying to do this thing where I'm trying to spend more intentional time with my friends. But when I say intentional time, like, more time kind of like just getting out the house and really exploring stuff. Like, I am that friend that be like, girl, let's drive 2 hours for these wings. Like, I'm that type of friend. I'm very spontaneous, but I also like doing just having experiences with my friends. I really do. I'm thinking about creating like some itineraries, like itinerary like once a month with my friends, and I can kind of do stuff together. But do y'all do that with y'all friends, like create itineraries or whatever? And I don't mean like, well, my friend group, we not traveling right now, child. Like, we all just trying to get our money right, focus on priorities. But we'll do a good, like, let's link in the house, got a bottle of wine, let's get on the porch. You know, people got their little smokes, you know, like, we'll do that in a hot minute. Have a quick little game night, couple little laughs. If we got to do a movie, like, we will do that in a minute. But it's like, yeah, that's all well and fine, but we gonna get out this house, period. Now, y'all know me, I love a good, like, bone straight look. But, for the sake of this video, I think I should throw some curls in it. We'll get to the earring last, but let's just do the lips. So I'm thinking I'm gonna go with like a nude lip, y'all. Y'all know I do my brown. Hey, I really like this brown. This is actually from Ruby Kisses, and it is the Ebony lipstick. It's brown, but it's like a deep dark brown. I really like this brown, y'all. Like, I swear by that daggone brown. So we're gonna do the brown, and then we're gonna put like a color on the inside of the lip. Listen, let me tell you something. These Ruby Kisses gloss bombs are amazing. My favorite is nude, but I'm gonna go with blind date. I think I like, what we doing for blind date, or do we want to do nude? I kind of like blind date though. Nude is pretty. Let's do nude. Yeah, these gloss bombs are like amazing, but I'm gonna tell you something. I don't know if it don't be like enough in the daggone thing, because I feel like after I put these joints on, after like 2 days or 3 days of wearing this joint, I'm like scraping the stuff out the bottom. And then this is a Wet n Wild clear lip gloss. Now it looks pigmented because I normally use this clear lip gloss to outline my brown lip gloss, so that's why it looks like it's a color. But it is a clear lip gloss, and I'm just going to use it to outline the outline of that brown. So we have like a glossy lip. That's what the girls be doing. For those who don't know, if you want your lips to kind of give glossy, if you want it to kind of pop, get you a nice clear lip gloss and just outline your liner, and you got it. We're gonna go in with the black, and we're gonna line the lower lash line. Then we're also gonna go in, I never do this, lower lash. I never do this, but we're gonna do it today because we done did all things different anyway, so why not keep it going? Alright, so I had to step off. I told you I was going to change my earrings, and then we just threw some curls in my head because the straight head was just giving too flat, you know. Like, we just did like some really just loose curls, right? So what y'all think of the look? How did it come out? I think it came out, I told you it was going to be pretty, right? Like, it was going to be a little messy. We knew that because I just be rushing through. This took me too long. I do not like when makeup takes me a long time. That's why I don't be doing all them extravagant looks and stuff. But I feel like if I took my time a little more, it wouldn't be as sloppy. But what I say, I'm a pretty girl, so it still come out cute, right? So it looks good. My under eye, you remember I said I feel like it's a little too light or whatever. I do, but it look like it kind of flows where it works. Let me turn my camera brightness down so y'all can see. Okay, here we go. So I kind of just wanted to bring my color back in some. What you think? Is it cute? I love the lips. I love a nude lip, child. Like, give me a good brown and a nude in the middle, I'm good. So the lip is cute. I think it's cute. I'm gonna come a little close so y'all can see my face a little bit more. Yeah, here we go. So, you know, we have the contour, the highlight, that's all popping. It looks good. It looks really good. I don't know what I was doing with these jewels. I just wanted to do something, and I guess I did what I needed to do. I told you I put the lower eyeliner on, then I put like some mascara for my under eye, for my lower lashes. Y'all can see that. That's kind of cute. I ain't mad at that. The look is cute. It's really cute. Now where I'm going, nowhere but to work. I ain't going nowhere but to I ain't going nowhere but to work, but I'll take some photos, you know. I'm excited I was able to come and talk to y'all. Just kind of give y'all some updates on me, my single life. But then, you know, my business, I'm so excited. If you want to check out my website, go just take a peek into Her to Heal Therapeutic Services. My link is in my description box. Thank you in advance for your congratulations. I'm so excited to see where it will go. I am walking into a new chapter, a new arena of my life, right? Like a whole new arena of my life, and I'm just excited to see where God is going to take me with this. Y'all know it's always great to come check in and give you guys my progress and just kind of bring you into my life in some way, somehow. I love you guys so much for I love y'all so much just for y'all continuous support. Like, I've had y'all as subscribers for a long time, and I can only imagine what it's like to just see someone just grow, right? That's why y'all stay around, and I'm just so thankful for y'all for that. But until then, I will catch y'all. You know, if you always need to reach me, you can come follow me on Instagram at Nene. Other than that, that's it. I'm out. I love y'all. Bye. Mwah.